for a change?
I am talking to you.
Then get ready to explore the quantum possibilities. It's time to transform that outdated paradigm into something universal and new. Time to uncover the truth hidden beneath the veil of lies. A time to think outside the box as we link to a higher consciousness. Welcome to the awakening. And now the hosts of Broadcast Team Alpha, Nori Love and Augie Nost.
Hello, radiant rock stars. Oh my goodness, it is Tuesday again, and I am so happy to be here with you. And, I'm really, really excited for our guest tonight. This kind of guest, it's just so delicious, if I may use that word, because this is the kind of guest where we actually get to know the person, not what they do or not their book. And have you ever dreamed about having wanderlust, or have you ever dared to take yourself up on it and go and do something completely out of the ordinary? I mean, take yourself out of the comfort zone. And let's face it, traveling is not really comfortable all the time. It's exciting, but when you end up in Switzerland and you don't speak the language and you need to get around, that's a little uncomfortable. Or when you end up in a foreign country and you don't speak the language and you're on the trolley and you have no idea where you are, that's a little uncomfortable too. But I'm so inspired by our guest tonight because she did exactly what we're talking about here. She took off and went to a foreign land and increased not only her personal well-being, but the well-being of others by virtue of what she learned. So, hey, Augie, I can't wait to talk with Marty.
Yes, me too. In fact, we have a lady from back in Norway with us. This is Mari Nost. And
that last name.
Nost. Did you notice that last name?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she is a relative of mine. Mari is a brilliant young lady who makes her own decisions and thinks for herself and follows her dreams. And some of us are familiar with that, and it is not always comfortable. And I actually think that she probably broke the mold in the family. Well, there were some cracks in it after I left the country from Norway and came to the US, but the thing is that most of our family, or most of them anyway, many of them are business owners, scientists, university professors, government and corporate executives and explorers and things like that. And that was their dream. And everybody has a different dream. And Mari went after hers. That was totally different. She got out of the box and broke the mold maybe on her way out. Mari had a very normal life until she was 30. In the business life, doing her job. And then she had a personal transformation. She quit her job. She wanted more freedom. She completed a yoga teacher's training course, and then she traveled for 6 months in India, Bali, Sri Lanka, where she studied more yoga and meditation, and she's now an instructor for both of those things. And now she is back in Norway and waiting for the world to open up for business so she can actually do something with it. Yoga and meditation is something everybody needs to know more about. And that's what we'll talk about. And if you start doing yoga and meditation right now, if you're under the age of 105 and do not have one foot in the grave and the other one on a banana peel, I will almost guarantee you that you will add years to your lifespan. So listen to Mari, there is some pearls of wisdom in here. And I also, before I introduce the guest, I want to also say hello to all my friends and the relatives back in Norway. And many of them I have not even met because I have not, been very good at staying in touch and been back there for a while. So with that, Mari, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Augie, and thank you, Nori.
Aw, welcome. It's so nice to have you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity and thanks for the lovely introduction.
Yeah. So I am so inspired by you. I mean, myself and a lot of my friends, we dream of doing what you did, but you did it. I mean, how did you think about it for a long time and then just finally said, that's it, I'm going? Or was it a spur of the moment thing? How did it come about?
um, no, or both. Yes, and no. Actually, it's all a process. This whole thing has been a process, but and I was very lucky to have a coach, and she was telling me, she's an intuitive coach. She was telling me that I could just rent out my apartment and travel. And I was like, what? Like I had a job, I had my apartment, like mortgage to pay, and like, but my apartment is my home, and why would I leave it? And and just why? I didn't understand. But the thing that triggered me was my sister one summer told me she she was about to finish her bachelor degree. She's 8 years younger than me, and she told me, when I finish, I will go travel before I get caught in the work life. And I was like, oh wow, oh, I wish I was that young and free again. I wish I could do that. Now I felt I couldn't. I had my mortgage and my full-time job, right? So it took me a few weeks, and I don't know, I just woke up one day and I was like, wow, but I am young, I am free. I can't just rent out my apartment and I can ask for leave from work. So this was like all what my coach had been telling me, but I didn't, I don't know, maybe I wasn't ready for it yet. But yeah, so that's how that idea got into my head.
So how did you find who you would study with? Was that set up prior to?
The meditation course I did, which was why I went to India and to Rishikesh on this 6 months travel. I looked into meditation courses, and it was just one of the first ones that came up. I know these things. Sometimes it just comes to you, but I really connected with the structure of the course and the testimonial videos, and that talked about the teacher and his way of teaching, and it gave me a feeling of freedom. He uses old traditional meditation techniques, but he puts his own experiences onto it, and it just gave me lots of freedom. Like, you don't have to follow this thing that is set in a tradition. Like, you can play with it, find your own way and your own truth in it. So it was the freedom feeling I got and connected very, very well with.
Freedom. I think
Yeah, freedom.
Freedom is at the core of many desires. That's just so beautiful. And I would love to talk about yoga and meditation. Now, did you study yoga and meditation from the same person, or was it two?
I did first, like the teacher training courses. I did first one in Norway. I did that. I signed up for this one because I could work full time and do the course on the side, so it was only one weekend a month. But and also there were many other reasons why I chose it. But the second one that I did in India was that came to me as well. I looked at a brochure, and I really connected with the brochure. And so that's how I found my second one. So I feel like first one I chose, but second one came to me in the meditation teacher training came to me. So I studied from different perspectives, you can say. One that is like from the Western world, like Norway, where my home is, and one from the teachings of India.
That's a good thought, actually. Did you see any differences in the way they were doing it from, let's say, in the Western Norway, contrary to what you learned in India? Did they have different approaches to the same thing?
Yeah, like India, it's the core of the knowledge, right? Like we can only retell the story in a way that's what I find. So it's very authentic what I learned in India, and that's why I went to India the first time as well. I had signed up for the yoga course in Norway, but I was like, but I want to study some of this from the authentic where yoga comes from India.
When it comes to yoga and meditation, I think in the West here, it's more considered maybe as a hobby or something cute to do and fun to do. But in India and places, Tibet and places like that, some of it could be more like a way of life, couldn't it?
It is absolutely. You're right. Like it is a way of life. It is a lifestyle. Yoga, what you do on the mat, can be translated into life, or the other way around. And same things with meditation. I find like the techniques that I learned in my meditation course, I found like, oh, these are techniques of what I already have been doing in my life. So there are techniques, but so the real practice is life.
Mm-hmm. When you were getting ready to go on your trip and you have decided to go to India, did you have people around you saying, "Oh, no, don't do that. It's dangerous over there"? Just did they try to talk you out of it?
This was some years ago. I had people telling me that that India was dangerous. Like if I went to India, I would die, or even worse things could happen. So I had in my mind for a very long time that like I put India on the shelf. Like I could only go to India if I traveled with someone, had everything planned, like so everything would be safe. But
you didn't.
But I did. Well, but this is also like the yoga practice, the meditation practice in life. It's like, but if something like this is stopping me, from going there, why? And I like looked into it, and this traveling by myself, that was a process in itself, right? So I started with baby steps into traveling by myself. I went first time for a weekend to Milan in Italy. Never did I think that I would go to India for 6 months by myself, And but yeah, so just baby steps the whole time, and bigger and bigger. And that's what I'm think now when I come home. I'm like, what does this 6 months traveling on my own, like what does this lead to? What is this a stepping stone for?
So, Augie, do you do yoga?
I did a little bit of it a long time ago, and then I got out of doing that, and I haven't done it since.
Oh, okay. Because I know you said that it in America, it could look like something cute to do. And it made me wonder if, and Marty, you probably are familiar with this. It made me wonder, Augie, if you ever did yoga to the point where, you cried through the class. I mean, because yoga is such a deep, introspective, and healing practice. Marty, do you experience people crying during or after their sessions?
Yeah, we've had this crying or laughing, like laughing hysterically.
Ah,
um,
that sounds
mm,
fun.
I remember first time I experienced it was like opening my chest. Like I was just lying
Mm.
on a big pillow, opening my chest, and I could just feel it was releasing emotions. And it's what I've realized more and more. It's just this emotion stuck in our body, and that's what yoga helps with. It helps releasing the emotions or that is stuck.
The tricky part about that is you never know when that's going to happen. So Augie, when you practice yoga, like it's kind of what we were talking about during the Facebook Live, like when you go into the slower brain waves where you receive universal downloads, you're kind of in that place because you're focusing, you're focusing like just your what is it, Dristi, Marty, right? Your focus is just on everything but nothing while you're doing your movement, and you never know when you're going to get a download or when you're going to unearth, right, some energy or emotion that was buried, right?
Yeah, that's true. You never know. Just like meditation, you never know when something's gonna come up. Same with life. You never know when things are gonna come up. But you're in there. You're doing the practice. You are practicing.
It's so good too. It's so good.
Another thing I want to say is that, those emotions, they could be anchored in stress also. And yoga, from what I back then experienced, that after I did it, stress was gone. I didn't feel it anymore until, of course, I walked out the door, and then it kept sneaking up on me again because of the environment I was in. But it can really get rid of stress. And would you speak to that? Maybe especially that form of health benefit from yoga?
Yeah, absolutely. I discovered this. I started yoga because I had back pain. I had back pain, like chronic back pain, since I was 20, and it just wouldn't go away. I tried different things, right? And then, but then I tried yoga, and that was not because of the spiritual part or anything. I just tried it, and it worked on my back, and it really and it really helped me. And then I also found that I could handle my stress better, and I could be more. I had a tool to be calm, and this was really like a how can I say, like a safe haven every week that I went. And but yeah, it does things to to your hormones in the body, and with the breathing, like you connect with your breath, and then you connect with yourself, and you also like you develop tools to become calmer, and you also with working with the physical and also with like leaving your mind. This is how can I say, automatically it helps you with stress.
Yeah, and when you combine yoga with meditation, would the good effect compound themselves maybe? Or do you also get into a meditative state while you are doing yoga?
Yeah, both. Like I see them both as the same thing, but also two separate things. Like
Hmm.
the the physical work in yoga, you can absolutely get into a meditative state. I close my eyes and you just flow. And it's when I do my own practice, I haven't planned anything. I just go with the flow, and yeah.
I think, though, that meditation, that is something that once you practice that for a while, you can probably do it just about anywhere. I know I can walk down the street right now and I can be in a meditative state, totally within myself, but still being aware of what's around me. So I think you can probably do that absolutely anywhere, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of what I've found. Like I was, yeah, you can do it anywhere. And life is the big practice. Like in yoga and meditation are just tools that we have to practice life.
Mm-hmm. And the kind of meditation that you do, there's so many different forms of it. Is there a name for anything, or is there anything that but people can relate to that way?
Yeah, in the meditation course, we worked a lot on the light, the being of light. We are light, and so this I practice regularly, and I had this beautiful meditation where we were doing the meditation on the being of light, and I saw myself as just pure light, and I saw all of a sudden this shadow from the past was coming towards me, coming towards my light, and I just opened up and let that shadow into the light. I was like, whoa, and then it came into the light, and it became light and made the light stronger. And so this was so beautiful. It's just let the shadow into the light. It becomes light.
Wow.
And then I could see the light actually consists of darkness turned into light.
That's so beautiful. That's so healing. That sounds so healing.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. So yeah, I love this being of light meditations. Yeah.
So we have 2 minutes to break, but I love what you're saying. You know, that the yoga and the meditation prepares you for life. And how amazing would our days be if we went through it, you know, in a yogic state of mind, right? Because you're present. I mean, if you're not present, you're going to bend the wrong way, or you're going to lose your balance, right? Or you're going to, you know, do a move that just is so out of alignment, right? And wouldn't it be amazing to go through our days like in total alignment and awareness? Wow.
Oh man, yeah, that would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
And, but no, we are up against a break, so
Okay.
let's do that, and we will be right back after the break with Mari from Norway. And don't go away, don't touch the dial. We'll be right back.
Yay.
This is the Broadcast Team Alpha Show, hosted by Nori Love and Augie Nost. The one show that takes your doubts of the unknown and spins them into reality. Share your thoughts by calling our hotline number at 702-425-9230. That's 702-425-9230.
Call now.
Worldwide callers use Skype name KCOR Radio. More cutting-edge conversation and exploration of the quantum universe after this.
1 million miles till midnight. A story of timelines, artificial worlds, simulated races, and the galactic imprint, and the destiny of a blue world called Earth. 1 million miles till midnight, written by Solaris Blue Raven, is a journey through the mind's eye which allows the reader to surf a wave of technological and multidimensional intellect, revealing a bridge between conscious design and the truth. A multidimensional bleed-through awakens the world of artificial intelligence to set sail into the frontiers of a vast multiverse, morphing planets and terraforming ascended worlds beyond the linear programs of a fated race. 1 million miles till midnight will awaken, inspire, prepare, and enlighten one to the many multidimensional states of consciousness and worlds we reside in. With every cell and atom, we are this truth and multiverse. 1 million miles till midnight. Written by Solaris Blue Raven. Available now at Amazon.com. Don't wait. Get your copy today.
Alien Deceptions, a suspenseful sci-fi romance thriller by Tina Marie, featuring the tantalizing Erica Jones and the mysterious Russell Hamilton. An out-of-this-world book of fiction based on years of document facts and files the government does not want you to know about, at least not yet. Alien Deceptions by Tina Marie. Available now at Amazon.com or get a signed copy at TinaMarieEntertainment.com. Get your copy now.
Great. It's great. I think it's great.
The all-new KCOR Digital Radio Network.
Great.
Make a note of it.
It's great.
Looking for a radio show like no other?
We need something brand new.
Then tune into the KCOR Digital Radio Network, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and get ready for The Quantum Shift. A great shift of consciousness is sweeping across the Earth. Are you ready for the dimensional shift?
It is amazing, is it not?
The Quantum Shift. Quantum Shift. Quantum Shift. Hosted by Dr. Sam Muggsy and Kent Dunn. Be part of the fifth dimensional reality, where consciousness prevails and the universal law of one is the only true reality. The Quantum Shift. Quantum Shift. Quantum Shift. Live Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network.
Going live.
Come explore the quantum possibilities. This is Broadcast Team Alpha.
Broadcast Team Alpha.
To be on the show live, call 702-425-9230. That's 702-425-9230. Worldwide callers use Skype name KCOR Radio. Share your thoughts of the show on Twitter at KCOR Radio, #KCOR. Or join the cutting edge conversation live in our chat room at KCORradio.com. Now back to Broadcast Team Alpha with your free thinking hosts, Nori Love and Augie Nost.
Hello, and we are back. We are talking with Mari Nost over in Norway. And this got interesting. She went to India and she perfected her skills in meditation and yoga. And we were discussing that, and we are going to expand the discussion. But first, I want to do a little bit of clerical work, basically telling people how they can connect with us also. Go to broadcastteamalpha.com at our website, and you will find a whole bunch of different strange and interesting radio shows. And we got some doozies. So, and also we are doing a mastermind on Sundays, kind of like a spiritual think tank. So go and send us an email if you would like to be part of a spiritual think tank. This send an email to themastermindconnection@gmail.com. themastermindconnection@gmail.com. And also, I want to just throw it out there. If any of you out there is in business for yourself or have a product you want to sell, contact us because we just might be able to help you market that for you. We can put an ad on here on the radio, on a website, or wherever we find it appropriate to do, because we're talking to thousands and thousands of people every week. So it could help you a lot. And now we are back with Mari from Norway. Are you still there with us?
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. That's in the family.
By the sound of it.
Yeah, that's good. You know, we were talking about both yoga and meditation before the break, and you were in India, and I am so curious about, I haven't read much about it, but how are the people in India? How do they consider us, the Westerners? And what were they like? Talk a little bit about these people, because I've heard some really good things.
Yeah, well, I love the people there. All the people that I've become friends with are my very good and true friends. And since the first time I was there, I've found that they are very helpful, and they care for the tourists there. They want to help you out. They look after you, and I just think they're very nice people. I always felt very good.
Yeah. Let's talk about some funny stuff too, because when we were talking yesterday, we trying to prepare Skype and everything. You told me a funny story about the fact that in India right now they're on lockdown too, or have been, and the police know that the people doesn't have money to pay fines. Could you tell us about that again? Because that sounded so funny when you told us.
Yeah, well, now, when it's been locked down, everyone had to close their business. So for many people, they don't have any income anymore. But the police still had to punish some people that were out in the streets, like not allowed. And during the Corona lockdown now. And so they got creative and gave fines of 100 push-ups for you and 100 push-ups for you. and and for some Westerners, some tourists, they got in trouble too for not obeying the rules, and they got fined. Write down on this piece of paper 500 times, I'm sorry, I didn't obey the rules. I will not do it again. I'm sorry, I didn't obey by the rules. I will not do it again. And I think this is a better punishment than like paying some, I don't know, $50 fine, or I don't know, that you forget about. But this you don't forget about. You will not do it again.
I'm still laughing at that.
And the push-ups were kind of good for you. I like that.
Exactly. It's just doing good as well.
Exactly. I love that.
Yeah.
So let's just talk for a minute. How was the food?
Oh, delicious.
Amazing, right?
I loved Indian food from before, but now it's just I learned more ways to cook it and to cook it myself. But yeah, the food is amazing, especially in Rishikesh. Everything is like you can choose either Indian food, or they also have like very good Western food, and it's just so tasty. And a fun fact about like the food in Rishikesh, because Rishikesh is considered a holy city, and they have actually banned alcohol and non-veg food or products. So it's all vegan. So if you're a vegan, then you can eat just anything on the menu there.
Amazing.
Really?
Yeah. So it's very, you have
So-
to go out
So-
of Rishikesh to get meat.
So the whole city is vegan, huh?
Yeah. Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's like you forget about it. If you're not a vegan, you forget about it because the food is just so tasty.
So good. I just want to take one moment and do a shout out to the amazing chat room. Of course, the amazing, rich and famous Tina Marie is there. A dollar's worth, Condor 3, David Cook. Hello, Gigi is here. Iowa Girl, JC, Joe, Linda Gould, Malvarez, Naj. Hello, Rob is here. Shady D and Shady 2 is here. Summer is here. Super Cute is here. Z is here. And if I missed you, please forgive me. I'm so happy you guys are here with us, and thank you for being here. Sorry, guys. I could not go without connecting with the chat room tonight. So forgive me.
Oh yeah.
Forgive me.
And I've also known that in India they eat and they live a much healthier life. And I read something about that several years ago, that out in the country, not in the bigger city like Mumbai and places like that, because they have fast food joints and so on, but out in the city they eat a lot of herbals and they live a lot healthier life. So diseases like cancer is very rare. They hardly ever have that. And people, they live their lives up into the 90s, hundreds, and many over 100 years old. Did you ever hear anything about that?
I didn't hear in specific that, but what I believe it comes from is their health system, Ayurveda, which is 5,000-year old. It's about just using nature, like the elements of nature, for medicine. That's our medicine, and it's about preventing instead of our Western medicine is about dealing with the symptoms, right? And then just so it's about preventing, and that then I can see like why they live so long and healthy and have less diseases, because they are preventing the whole time. But yeah, they also they cook everything from the start, and so it's, and they one thing that I just love, and that's how they say who is cooking the food is very, very important to them. So it's very important to them, the food that comes from the family, that is cooked by the mother, because the mother puts their love into the food, and that also you nurture from when you eat. It's in the food. The love is in the food. So it's very important who cooks for you.
I love that. I love that. That's beautiful. And I wonder, what is their medical system like, Marty? I mean, I'm sure you didn't have to go to the hospital, but just being there for 6 months, do you have any impressions of how their medical system is?
Well, they have. I don't know for sure, but my impression is, my friend who had to go to the hospital, he could go, and then they get the medicine and come home just like us. But I didn't have any big encounters with the.
Thank God. Thank God.
No, thank God. Yeah. But yeah.
I was just curious. That was a random question, so I'm sorry for that. But just curious.
No, but but then more what I had experience with is more like the pharmacies, and in pharmacies you have like the you come in with your problem, and then they have a Western solution, or they have an Indian or Ayurveda solution.
Oh, I like that.
Oh yeah, you got a choice.
Yeah, you got a choice. So, for example, when you come in and have a cough, then you go either by the Western medicine or brand, or you choose like the Ayurveda, which is mostly made up from herbs and medicine in herbs.
That's beautiful. So if I were going to go do that, what would you say to me? What would be the advice you would give me if I followed the promptings of my heart and did that too?
And they'd go to, sorry?
Yeah, to go and study, yes.
Oh, yeah, well, it has to, or for me, it's like it's coming to me. I got into all of this just by one word. Someone said, was a teacher to me, that I could be a good teacher, and I it just clicked in my mind, like yoga teacher. And I signed up for the yoga program, and then I learned about the Ayurveda, as I wanted something in the Ayurveda. So but it all came from me. It was nobody like telling me to do it or anything. So and what I've learned in the whole process is to be true to what resonates with me, and if it resonates with me, then do. But if it just sounds nice, then maybe it's not for me. But if it resonates, like if it resonates in my heart, then do. Because there's so much, especially in Rishikesh, there's so much. There's so many courses, so many schools, so many people there who wants you to do their course, and so you can get just bombarded. So using this, what resonates with you.
We have a question, Marty, from the Stephen from Twitter asks, have you noticed a big difference from how they teach yoga and their lifestyle around it compared to the rest of the world? I live in California and went there for a month to train and got a deeper appreciation of yoga and meditation than what I was taught here in the States.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's different. You get more of the philosophy and the reason behind, like it's a science. Yoga is a science, and so you get all the reasons behind it, and I agree. And I've spoken to some of my teachers, and other people had conversations about this yoga in the Western world and yoga in India, and some Indians I can sort of mad at the world, the Western world, how we take yoga, how we make it into like it's just a workout, right? And in India, it's a lifestyle. But and in a way I agree, but I also have deep in me that I would never have come to yoga if it wasn't for that they provided yoga at my gym, right? That it was so accessible to me, right? So so I like the way that it's for us in the Western world, how it's been so accessible and it's been like introduced through working out, and that's something that we connect with, and then you develop from there. Yeah, same thing, a process. And I just knew that I wanted to go to India, to go to the core, to go to where it originates from, to learn it properly, because it is different. It's when you learn it directly from the motherland.
From the source, so to speak.
From the source, yeah, absolutely.
So, from the chat room, a dollar's worth said, "I love Ayurveda. Helped me so much in healing the body." Connection, yes, right? Because yoga and Ayurveda and meditation is very healing, and it does expand your mind-body connection. Shady said, what's the public education like there, Marty? And are the tuition fees, I think, for probably
Affordable.
for the yoga education affordable? That's a great question.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Yeah, it's absolutely affordable. Like the course that I did in Norway compared to the one I did in India, the one in Norway was 5 times more expensive. So I could have done 5 courses in India instead. So yeah, the prices are absolutely great. Everything in India is so cheap. So if you plan on going, don't waste time or money going around at home like shopping for things before you leave, because everything you will find in India so much cheaper. And so yeah, you get cheaper teacher trainings and straight from the source. And yeah, there's if you're interested, I have some recommendations of some places that I think are really,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, really authentic. So if you want to learn the authentic yoga, authentic the wisdom that they have, the philosophy, their traditions, that was my first time going. That's what I wanted. Not like doing Western yoga in India, but doing Indian yoga in India.
Wow. So how do you
go ahead.
You go, Augie.
All right.
My goodness.
Two heads, one thought there.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is that for those of you out there that want to get a hold of Mari, just go ahead and find her on Facebook probably, and then make a friend with her there, and then you can communicate. Otherwise, you at the end of the show here in about 6 minutes, then you let them also know where they can get you otherwise. And one question left that is lingering in the chat room is, well, do you know anything about the public education system there? Is that something that is in many countries now is free? How is it in India? Do you know anything about that?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
No,
that was just a question in the chat room.
That would be, yeah, that's no, that would just be guessing. Sorry.
Are you about the only one in the family, in your family now, or surrounded family, that actually is doing meditation and yoga, or is it others too?
Well, no. Well, I thought I was the only one, or not the only one, but there's one more. But it seems that yeah, there are more people, and you know, digging in your roots, then you find some more interesting things. Yeah. So it's
well,
worth
that's good.
digging.
It's growing.
And it is yeah. So the more we talk about it, the more people sort of come out and say that they do the same as well.
Yeah, imagine this something that people doesn't necessarily talk about much when they do it, because they're afraid of what other people think possibly, or well, that possibly.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've noticed that myself. Like it seems like this big scary thing that can change you, and that is just scary. But it's not. It's so lovely. And yeah, I think the world just needs more meditation practitioners and teachers, and just start with an app, like just start baby steps, and then start the process.
When the world open up now for business, have you decided how you want to go forward with what you have learned? Do you want to set up a local shop locally, or do you want to do it on the internet where you can reach the whole world?
I want to be free, Augie.
Yeah.
So I've gone away from the physical one and something online. That has been my dream, but now I go with the flow. I'm very in that. I don't know, but I know something is out there. Something will happen, but yeah. So surrender to whatever comes.
Yeah, you will find it.
Yeah.
Fine. How would you like people to get in touch with you if they want to talk more about this?
Oh, I'd love to hear from you on just my Facebook, just Mari Nost, or on Instagram, same Mari Nost. Yeah, just those my personal accounts. That's I'd love to hear and love to give suggestions if you need.
Yeah. I see we got 2 minutes left of the show, but here's a question for you. If you now, Mari, could talk to the whole world and the world is listening, what would you tell them?
Oh.
I saved the good question for last.
Listen to your heart. Go your way, your true way, and do it with love.
Beautiful.
You have it in your heart. You have it inside you. Everything you want and need, you have inside. So go find it.
It's so beautiful. Oh, Marty, thank you. This has been so nice. Really, really nice. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for opportunity.
Oh, absolutely.
It's been wonderful, and I wish you well in your journey there, and the world will open up for business one day. And of course, if it works the way it's supposed to, we're all going to be there. So I guess, Nori, we are down to the end of the show here.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much, Marty. Thank you, Augie.
Well, here we are. And until next week, be good to each other.
You've been listening to Broadcast Team Alpha.
Broadcast Team Alpha.
Hosted by Nori Love and Augie Nost. Every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network. The balance of power is shifting to a new paradigm. Will you be ready? For more information on Broadcast Team Alpha, as well as the hosts Nori Love and Augie Nost, please visit their website at broadcastteamalpha.com. Until next week, remember to keep those minds open while always exploring the endless quantum possibilities.
Broadcast Team Alpha. Over and out.
This is KCOR Las Vegas, home of the Digital Radio Network, broadcasting from a shack just south of Area 51.
Wait, that doesn't exist.
This is the KCOR Digital Radio Network. Now for the news.